How was the night, Ash? I mean, it was naturally low-key with Saturday looming, but did you get much sleep?
No, not a lot. Obviously, it was a pretty overwhelming night. But yeah, really, really special to be a part of it. But yeah, pretty knackered from last night. Went home buzzing. So yeah, really flattered by all the support. But nah, it was a really special night.
First phone called Mum and Dad. I would imagine you didn't have any late night sort of interlopers turn up at home wanting to look at it?
Nah, not at all. Mum and Dad called me this morning, and yeah, they were proud as punch. Yeah, I'm really lucky to have them always supporting me, and I think they were probably more excited than what I was, so it was nice.
How did Vinny take the roast?
Sorry?
How did Vinny take the roast?
Oh, he's loving the attention. So I think he's got a few more Instagram followers, so he's pretty pumped about that, and all the girls are chatting him up today, so yeah, he's pretty pumped.
Was he walking around training today giving some more advice to some of the teammates?
I think Croc gets sick of him and tells him to stay in his lane, so it's good fun.
Speaking of attention, how are you finding all of this?
Oh, very uncomfortable. But no, I'm really flattered with the response. But yeah, certainly not really my domain to be up here and talking. But yeah, we've obviously got bigger fish to fry this week. But it's really nice, the support.
Do you ride the wave of the votes?
Sorry?
Talking to a classroom full of kids?
Yeah, definitely. It's quite overwhelming. Less people are calling out than the kids in my classroom, that's for sure. So it'll be nice to go back to school tomorrow and see the kids, and hopefully they get around me for a little bit, but I'm sure then they'll go back into their normal sort of misdemeanours.
Will you take it in for show and tell?
Oh, probably not. I'm happy to just sort of focus on the game at hand this week and then sort of reflect on things later, but I'm sure they'll be super excited.
Brock had something to say about the votes. Do you ride the wave of that count? Are you paying attention to certain rounds and going, because I could see you pointing at Jazz at certain points going, what, me, you, what?
Yeah, I think in all the rounds I thought I didn't poll in, I probably polled in, and then the rounds that I thought I would poll in, I got nothing. So it kind of swung in roundabouts, and yeah, there was probably a few games there that Jazz probably deserved the 3, and I nabbed a couple off her, but yeah, she actually probably polled the most votes she's ever polled in a Best and Fairest, which she should have probably got more. But I think she's an absolute superstar and the best player in the comp. But I know I'm biased running alongside her every week, but hopefully she'll get a chance to hold one of these up at some stage because she's had a stellar career.
You had a chat with Nasiah Wangan-Miller about being robbed in games that you should have had 3 votes?
No, not at all. I think, it all swung in roundabouts, and there was certainly some games I probably didn't deserve the 3 and for whatever reason got it. So, yeah, very fortunate.
What was the reaction on the table with the 2 rounds where you got 44 and 45 and you did not get a single vote? Was there sort of eyes a bit wide around the table?
It was quite...
Those 2 in particular?
Yeah, I think we've probably known from previous years where Jazz Garner's been the hot favourite and hasn't sort of polled according to plan that these sort of things happen. So it's a good laugh, and we sort of take the mickey out of it at North. We don't take these things too seriously, and obviously we've got a grand final on the weekend. That's the number one priority. So we try and just take it with a grain of salt and have a laugh about it.
Have you had a moment to reflect on, the Ash who missed out on a few drafts to the Ash that's standing here as the competition's best player? It's been quite a journey in a short space of time. Yeah,
it has been. I think I'll be forever grateful for this football club for having faith in me, and it was certainly tough, obviously missing out on 2 drafts early on, and but I know if this club didn't pick me up, there's no way I'd be the player I was today. I've been surrounded by so many good leaders at this football club, and I've been able to watch and admire them and learn from the best. So very fortunate, but probably something I'll reflect on in the coming weeks.
As you've spoken again about Jazz. How does this sit with you winning this award? We all know your humility. How does it sit with you being voted the comp's best player?
Yeah, it's certainly, very humbling. I think, I pride myself on sort of being as consistent as I can be. I might not be always the most flashy or remarkable sort of player on the field, but as long as I'm reliable to my teammates and they trust me, that's, I guess, the main focus for me, and that I can play in our system and play our role. So, it's really humbling and, very lucky position to be in.
What about Saturday? I mean, what's the feeling among the group when you've kind of seen this movie twice before, right, over the last 2 seasons? You like the ending once, not so much the other, but to be here for a third year running against Brisbane, it's pretty remarkable.
Yeah, it is. I think it's probably credit to both programs. Like Brisbane have been in multiple grand finals. I think the most out of any AFLW sides. That's a testament to their program. And we've sort of been in the last now coming up for 3 and we feel like we're still building and still developing our game. By no means, I think we saw on the weekend, we're perfect. And we know that finals football is often imperfect. So we've been building. There's certainly some things that we can grow on, and we review each game regardless how close or if it was a loss or a win in the same way, very process driven. So, and as Croc says, we just enjoy the journey. So we just move on to this week and enjoy the company of each other and enjoy the special occasions.
Can you just talk about Croc a little bit? Because, you know, it's well documented that Scotty was the one that recruited you to the club, and you obviously had such a long-standing and close relationship. But hearing you talk about Croc last night, you know, like there was clearly so much emotion and so much heart. I mean, it must have been difficult at the time to obviously farewell Scotty and welcome him in, but he's had an incredible impact, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, like, I'll be forever thankful for Scott for recruiting me, and I think he's a fantastic coach, and he guided me in my early years so well. And then Croc came in and, he's been an amazing addition to the program. I think, obviously, he's been around North Melbourne forever. He's part of the furniture. He'll never leave us. But I think what he brought in was an amazing system and really driven our identity and trademark as a team. And but most of all, he's just a ripping person. I remember our first conversation when Scott obviously left the football club, and then Croc came in, and I think I was with him for coffee for like 3 hours, and we didn't even talk about football once. It was just about what was going on in our lives. And so he loves a chat, and I think that's what we love about him the most. He's such a good storyteller, and he brings us in, and not only do we just want to play for each other, we want to play for him because we really admire the way he goes about things, and he's a terrific leader in his own right.
Ash, on the weekend that you've just gone through, it was interesting being in a contest in the fourth quarter. What did that feel like?
Do you know what? It's probably a testament to the group and probably Jazz Garner's leadership. Like, we're so calm. Like, I don't think I was really stressed at all, to be honest. I think we were obviously challenged earlier in the year against Essendon, where we let 3 goals go straight away in the game and sort of clawed our way back. But we just have so much faith in our system that eventually things will go in our favour. And credit to Melbourne, they were outstanding. Like, they're an amazing football side, really well coached, had a really good system, and they challenged us in certain areas, and we were probably a little bit slow to get going in the first quarter. But I was saying today in our leadership group meeting, like, the ability of this side, we're down by 3 goals in 10 minutes, rather than waiting for Croc to say something at quarter time, we nabbed it back within that quarter. Just by adjusting a few things and playing a little bit more to our identity. So we've got so much faith that sort of mid-game that we can turn things around. Football's not always going to go our way, and I think especially finals football, all these sides of quality, they're going to get momentum at certain points. So not to panic and just be calm, and hopefully that rubs off on the rest of the playing group.
Like you've got another level to go, you know, this weekend, and what does it mean?
Yeah.
The grand final?
I think so. I think obviously we didn't play our best football last week for long. Well, we obviously got there in the end, but probably not for long enough as we would have liked. So we definitely feel like there's a few things that we can adjust to go a different gear, which is exciting. So we really respect Brisbane as a playing group. So it'll be a really good match.
It's often said that prelims are the hardest ones to win, and you've had such a good run. Did you need that challenge? Did you need to be? It didn't feel like that at the time, but did you need that scare? Perhaps?
It's actually funny. I feel like prelims I get a little bit more nervous for than grand finals. I think prelims, because you kind of don't know what's happening the next week, if you're going to be in or out. And we hadn't played Melbourne before, so probably that little bit of nervous energy was evident in the first 10 minutes. And whereas grand finals, like, you know, the end's in sight whether you win or lose, and you can sort of plan for that a little bit more easily. So I know last year, like, I actually was a lot less nervous going into the grand final than I was the prelim the week before. So I feel a lot more confident now that we're here. And but definitely Melbourne tested us, and we've got to be on our absolute A game to bring it to Brisbane this weekend.
Naturally, when you look around, the microscope's far bigger in a grand final week. I think some of the zoom lenses captured you doing a fair bit of training by yourself and a few grabs at the top of your leg. Everything's okay?
Yeah, nah, all good. Just being dramatic. Not enough sleep, and absolutely fine. Just slow day for me today, and then a bigger session on Thursday.
What about Mia? It's clearly a very, very tough call for those that have to make it. I mean, is she a player that you would risk? A heartbreak naturally looms for someone else, but is she the sort of player that you could bring back for a granny?
Oh, I think Mia is an amazing player, and I think she's shown that particularly in final series. In previous years, she had an outstanding grand final as well last season. Whatever the coaches decide, I'm so glad I'm not sitting in match committee and Croc can take that. If she comes in, we'll absolutely welcome her, and we know what she'll bring, and we can rely on her to play that finals brand of football. But in the same token, if it's not to be, we'll wrap our arms around her and support her through that. She's put her best foot forward. She's got through all her rehab, been really diligent with it. So whatever happens, that's a big call for the match committee. I'm lucky I'm not on there, but we'll wrap our arms around either way.
Ash, just back to your award for a second. I mean, there's been so many icons that have won it. Do you think it should be named after an icon like that, similar to the Brownlow? Do you think it should be named after somebody?
Yeah, I reckon eventually it's probably too much in its infancy at the minute to sort of, I guess, put it on one particular player or represent it in that way. I'd name it Jazz Garner Medal, but she hasn't actually won one. So. But yeah, so I think it's probably got a few more years to play out before we give it a name where we can create those legacies with the players that we have now.